Questions? I can guess what they'll be. Chad.
How can you explain the fact that Republicans voted for this interim spending bill back in March, greenlighting this money, and 2-3 months later, then you want to take back that money? That seems inconsistent.
Well, if you're talking about, for example, this USAID money and this kind of stuff,
That was approved in the CR back in.
Yeah, it was. And here's the point. It's a critical point. When I met with Elon in his office back in early February, he had just gotten into it. They were just uncovering the USAID abuses. And they went after USAID first for their review, their audits, because USAID screamed the loudest, opposed the loudest of this accountability measure. And so they effectively put, the scrutiny target on their own backs. And Elon and I were in his office late one night. We were talking about this, and I said he had finished USAID. They were just starting on Social Security, and he was finding all these abuses. And we were talking, and he and I were getting increasingly excited together about this new era of accountability. And it occurred to me we were excited for different reasons. And I said, Elon, you're excited because you're looking at this as a data analyst and a scientist, and I'm looking at it as a constitutional law attorney and a legislator and his novice historian, right? But this is about more than saving money. This is about restoring the framers' original vision for the Constitution. The framers of our magnificent form of government, our matchless Constitution, what they envisioned, and in fact what they designed, was a small, lean federal government. They wanted most of the power reserved for the states, for the people at a local level, the closer to the people, because there's more accountability and efficiency. And so the DOGE effort overall, what it does is it restores the framers' vision, because what Elon was able to do, what he's been able to do, what DOGE is able to do, its lasting legacy, is they cracked the code. They got inside the belly of the beast. He was inside the bureaucracy of the agencies with his algorithms, crawling, finding all the irregularities and the abuses. He did something we had never been able to do before, Chad, not as long as I've been in Congress in 9 years, and not for decades. I told Elon that night, I said, you're doing something that we were not capable of doing. We've tried to perform our oversight responsibility, but Congress has not been able to get the things that to uncover the abuses that you found. We didn't know we were funding transgender operas in Peru, obviously, right? We would have stopped that. But our committees did their diligent work. They've done oversight. They've had hearings with the heads of the bureaucratic agencies, the executive agencies. Subpoenas have been issued. But never did they turn over this level of data and this level of detail. It was unknowable to us until now. And so, yes, we can't act fast enough on these rescissions to claw back these abuses, because it happened without Congress's knowledge. And that's a really important thing to point to. And look, you give credit where credit is due, and I credit Elon and the DOGE effort for doing that.
Doesn't that undercut Congress? I mean, if that was Congress...
No, Chad.
I understand the uniqueness of his situation.
Yeah, but what it's going to do, the lasting legacy of this, and the reason it's so important, and the reason they deserve accolades, is because they have done a reset in Washington. Now, everybody knows what the abuse is, not just Congress, but the American people. And we'll be able to demand and ensure greater accountability going forward, and that is a huge innovation.